What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
What's shaking, guys? How you living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers, of course, man.
Yeah, man, King Los, man.
This one for the rap heads today.
The legendary.
Shout out to King Los, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
that word legendary, man, I'm glad you said that.
Dude.
Because I don't know if a lot of people are aware of how nice King Los really is, man. I think a lot of casual hip-hop fans, I think a lot of people in hip-hop know that King Los is one of those dudes when it comes to just being great at the art of rapping.
Yeah.
I think, a lot of people know. But I just think a lot of casual fans, man, they don't know. I don't think I know.
I'm getting ready, George.
I know.
I'm getting ready.
Please, yeah, hold on.
Getting ready.
1 second. This is a good
ready.
plug for the sponsor, too.
Yeah,
It's like Liquid Wheaties right here, bro. We need this for this one.
Because every time we do a song or a freestyle by this guy, this dude is incredible.
Yeah.
You really got to bring your A game. Like, man, he's going to make me think today, I'm sure.
Exactly.
I'm sure.
And that's where I was going. Is just a lot of people don't know that King Los is really good at rapping. And it's just cool for us. It's a pleasure, even an honor for us to break these down.
Yeah, man.
And I think that you guys see that. That's why you guys reach out to us and you kind of go hard. And every time he drops something, it's, we're getting a lot of DMs and emails and all this other stuff. Because you guys could tell, man, that we really thoroughly have, we have a huge amount of respect for this dude.
Big time.
And we think that, that he's truly one of the nicest to ever do it. Quite frankly, So we've done a lot from King Los over the years, right? We just kind of looking at this before we cut the cameras on. We did, what was it? Stay Focused. We did Real Ass Shit.
Yeah.
We did Everybody's a Bitch featuring Hopsin and Royce the 5'9". We did War. We did the Pound Cake freestyle, which y'all loved and we thought was crazy. And last but not least, we did that LA Leakers freestyle.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That was and a lot of people are saying that that's one of their favorite freestyles. A lot of people think it's the best freestyle they've ever heard. It is a legendary freestyle, man. So we thoroughly enjoyed that. And you guys blew us up to do this Lemon Pepper. I mean, that's all we got, just DMs and emails like crazy. We even got a little bit of a mention from Los, man. We peeped that. We appreciate the acknowledgement, Los.
Absolutely, dude.
So let's get into it, man. 4-piece nugget chicken wing with a fry on the side project. I'm gonna check it out.
What's that? A Harold's 6-piece dinner?
Yeah, don't we got a Harold's opening up out here, man?
Yeah, I have
Anybody in Chicago in the Vegas area? I don't know.
I have no faith in it. But anyway, let's keep it pushing.
But I think he had the Survival of the Fittest freestyle on this that I want to check out because I love that song by Mobb Deep. To put your hands where your eyes can see, the Busta Rhymes shit. So I'm looking at it right now. So
That's dope,
I'm curious
man.
to see how he gets off on those beats, man.
All right, man. Well, let's get into it. I know this shit's gonna be long.
Yes,
I know
sir.
he's going to go ham on this. So let's get it.
We love it, but we hate it at the same time, bro. All right, let's get into it, man. King Los, Lemon Pepper freestyle.
The more times I hear this, the more I'm loving this fucking.
Hey yo, turn my mic up a little bit. Check. Yeah.
Yo, Aki.
I gave niggas flowers, they gave me dirt. So I just grew more flowers and made it work. See what I peeped is that, well, we ain't gonna speak on that. Cause this shit could get deep as where niggas bury their secrets at. Where they defeated at, it's my connection on lines and all the money that really spitting is ethernets. They throw you niggas some pennies and make you rap for 'em. You do millions of views, then end up feeling confused. Cause it ain't translating over your platform. You got the mind of a slave, I don't condone this shit. I do own whips and chains, but watch your tone a bit. Cause try to hang with the mastermind and end up in a nuisance. You riding a wave and I'd rather own a ship. Why we even had these conversations? He gon' think he want these smoke till we haven't
What did this dude just say, man? That was crazy. That whole slave scheme, whatever. The
The wordplay on that shit was crazy.
But Los can really scheme with the best of them, man. And I heard some crazy schemers. Shout out to Luck. Shout out to Chilla Jones, and in the battle rap world. There's some dudes but he can really scheme. That was crazy.
So he started off this pretty low key, right? Right, low key, right?
It seemed doable,
Yeah,
right? It seemed
you know.
pretty, He eased us in, you know what I'm saying, and then just went crazy.
I gave I gave niggas flowers and they gave me dirt. He's all, so I grew more flowers and made it work, So basically I give people their praise, right? Basically people that are good at what they do, I give them, their just due. But you give me dirt, you shit on me, right? You hate on me, so I just take the hate and I just flip it, what I'm saying?
Hard, though.
I just make more flowers, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The whole lemons, right? Like
Life gives you lemons.
You make lemonade.
Yeah,
And then also obviously dirt, soil helps you grow flowers. So I made it work. That was fire how you flipped that.
Because then it almost sounded like he was going to talk about some dirt. He said, see, what I peep is that he's like, but we ain't going to speak on that, because obviously he knows a lot of dirt on people in the game, probably. You know what I'm saying? He's like, so we ain't even gonna speak on that, you know?
Yep.
And he said, where they're defeated at is where my connections online is where all the money they really spitting is Ethernets.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was pretty crazy, right?
That was crazy.
So I'm gonna take a stab at this, George, man. What I think Los is saying here, man, and it may be a couple different meanings, is Nas dropped the song Ether, right? Ethernets, right? Is a play on that song, Ether, which is fire, it's hot, you know, it's ether. But Ethernet's also a plug, right? It's a plug for internet, right? Online. His connections online, all the money, what I think he means is no matter where you go, I got all the connects anyway. I'm getting all the money no matter where you go, I'm the plug. That's kind of where I think he's going with that. So what do you think, man?
I don't know. And when it says spitting, I thought, you know, I was like, is it splitting or spitting? I like that though, man. I don't know. I guess my initial gut, and I'll probably sit with this song and get something different out of it when I listen to it again. But when he said, where they're defeated at is my connection on lines. So I guess what he could mean by that is the way he connects lines together, the way that, you know, he puts his shit together.
I like that.
And all the money they spitting is Ether next. So maybe he's just talking about dudes rapping about money. That's what they rap about, and he thinks that's his bullshit. And he's got Ether waiting for him, maybe. Ether next.
I like that too.
Ether next. But this dude, you know,
we're
gonna sit with it, man.
I like
but
that
I
too.
like, you know, but that's the thing about great lyricism, man. You can take it different ways.
And then what did he say about this slave ship owner, this, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so this whole scheme, right? We know that there's a sort of a slave scheme. We'll call it the slave scheme. That's horrible. Like that.
But that's like the easiest way to put it.
Is slavery scheme. He said they throw you dudes some pennies and make you rap for him. So he guides you right there into the scheme, right? Into what he's about to do to you, you know? And then from a metaphorical standpoint, then he kind of schemes. It's fire.
That's true because he said here that you're getting millions of views, right? But you still end up confused because it doesn't translate over to your platform, right? Because you got the mind of a slave. I don't condone the shit. I do own whips and chains, but watch your tone a bit because you're trying to hang with the mastermind and end up in a noose. Since you're riding the wave, I'd rather own the ship.
That was
ownership.
So crazy.
That was crazy, dude. There's so much depth in there, right? You got the mind of a slave, but I do own whips and chains, right? You get, obviously, slaves got beat by whips and chains back in the day, but I own whips, cars,
and
chains, right? So
like jewelry, is
right?
What I'm saying.
But watch your tone a bit because you're trying to hang with a mastermind, but you end up in a noose. That's all on the slavery scheme here. And then the riding the wave, but I'd rather own the ship. You're riding the wave. You're just going with the flow to try to get money. And I'd rather own the ship. I'd rather have ownership in what I do as opposed to just riding a wave.
But even like the nuance within the scheme. So, you know, riding a wave, going with the flow, you know, taking pennies for your art and taking slave deals. But then he says things like to really fill in the scheme, to really bring it to life.
Yep.
The nuance in it when he said trying to hang with the master. Right? Master, slave.
So crazy.
Mine. You know what I'm saying? You end up in a nuisance. I guess it's, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're a nuisance.
Yeah.
But you'll end up in a noose since you're riding a wave. I'd rather own the ship.
So crazy.
So the way he brought that all together was crazy. But he would rather own the ship, meaning he'd rather be the owner. He wants to run the shit himself instead of, and he'll maybe take the road less traveled. You know what I'm saying? Instead of selling his art for pennies or being taken advantage of, right? Or whatever. However you want to. Essentially, I'm not going to be a slave to some company throwing pennies at me. And he kind of went into detail about that up top, man, when he said they throw some pennies at you and make you rap for them. You do millions of views and end up feeling confused, right? You do all these views and you're not getting any money for it, right? So, I mean, the way he put that together was phenomenal.
It's crazy, dude.
Riding the wave and I'd rather own a ship. Why we even had these conversations? He gon' think he want these smoke till we having complications. Last nigga I coached got a Grammy nomination. This is Train with the Killers. First niggas that just came with the filler. Last time I argued over views, it was whether I could see the Mediterranean and Spain from my villa. My vision ain't the same as you niggas. If I was you, what I would do is just listen and get game. I mean, my name is a title, yours is a nickname. And I would never own my title just to sell it. I go with a nigga Apple for my spot if I can help it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what the fuck is this look?
That was crazy though, because he carried. So this whole section here is essentially people being slaves in the industry, right? You know what I mean? They take slave deals. People scheme really quickly. They'll do like a couple lines, and that'll be the full scheme. Los can scheme a whole song. It seems like
it's crazy.
So I peeped two things in this. I think he is referencing D Smoke, who he was, and I will talk about D Smoke and why he's referencing him. And then I think this might be a diss to Sue Surf, because I know that who I forgot what, and I want to name the subscriber that sent me the Clubhouse argument between him and Sue Surf. But someone, shout out to you, my man. Sorry. They sent us an argument of Los and Sue Surf going at who was the best rapper, who was nice. And I listened to that. So I think that this is, because he said it was in reference to that. I don't think I know. He said it was in reference to this. And then I'm like peeping that. I'm like, okay. And we did Sue Surf before. Yeah. And we did, I'm very familiar with Sue Surf on the battle scene, and that freestyle that we did on I-95 was nasty. But when you go into this freestyle knowing that this could potentially be a diss to Surf, it gets crazier. But the D-Smoke shit, so he said he gonna think that they want the smoke. They want the problems, right? Until they're having complications. Last dude I coached got a Grammy nomination. So if you watch the rap show, Rhythm and Flow, King Los was a coach on that show. He coached a lot of the up-and-coming rappers that are on the show that were trying to win. D-Smoke is a rapper. Y'all know D-Smoke. He coached D-Smoke. Yeah. And D-Smoke ended up winning a Grammy nomination. So I like how he threw that in there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just the whole Netflix reference with D-Smoke and being a coach. And it was a little bit of a flex on Los's part while still kind of going at Surf at the same time. So the end of the scheme is when I kind of saw where he was going at Surf. But now that I'm even reading it, I'm thinking even earlier on in the scheme, he was kind of scheming on Surf early, which is crazy. He said, if I was you, what I would do is listen and get game. So what I think, this could be me reaching a little bit, is I think that he, because when I was listening to them go back and forth, Surf had mentioned that Game, the rapper The Game, is like his big homie. And Surf was saying in that argument, like, yo, I could rap with the best of them. I do this with my man, The Game. I tell him all the time I'm better than him. So I think he's saying get game, as in go get your big brother, but also get game. You know what I'm saying? Get game as in soak up the knowledge.
Like how this really works.
How it works.
Get the knowledge.
I think, but that could be a reach right there. Then he said, my name is a title. Yours is a nickname. Tsunami Surf, but Tidal Wave, right? But I have the title. People look at my name and it rings bells. I think is what he's saying.
And that could be all the way back up to the riding the waves.
The riding the wave, right?
Yeah,
so he said,
own the ship.
Exactly.
That could be all the way back up there.
So keep in mind, obviously, that he's this whole ownership and dudes are slaves and they have a slave mentality thing going on. Then he mentions title, and he said, I would never own my title just to sell it. If I go and get Apple from my Spotify, I could help it, which was crazy. So he goes on to this whole streaming thing, which I think he thinks is slavery. They throw you a couple pennies, is what he said earlier, right? Yep. So you get pennies per stream, essentially. Not even that, I think, per stream. So it's all tying into this whole, you guys are just playing into and I think it's even tying into why Los doesn't put some of his stuff on streaming platforms, because I was looking for some stuff and I couldn't find it because he thinks the idea of streaming is taking advantage of artists and not really having value for the art. You know what I'm saying?
Ownership. Lack of ownership.
There you go. But there's also a little shot here at Jay-Z selling his ownership in Tidal, right? He sold, I think, the majority share of Tidal. You guys know about that. And he said, I go at a dude's apple, his head, his Adam's apple, maybe his neck, for his spot in the game, right? If he could help it. You know what I'm saying? So there's there's the Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he said his title, the title of being a dude in the game, but also a dude
just so much
that can stand on his own and be independent and not be a slave to anything and write his own book. I mean, just layers on layers on layers, man.
And the song just started.
Entendres on entendres. God damn. And a line that I love that he said is that his vision isn't the same as these other dudes, right? He sees things, from a deeper perspective, a broader perspective, and he has more of an understanding of what needs to be done, I think, for the integrity of music, the value of music, and artists taking control of their destiny and owning their material. So, I mean, incredible.
Case in point, he said that it's not about the views, right? He's last time I argued over views, it was whether if I could see the Mediterranean in Spain from my villa. Yep. So it's not about all the views of the viewership online. It's not about how many views that you get, because I bet you that's probably the shot that maybe Sue Surf. I haven't seen that video, guys, so I don't know what the context, all the context of what him and Surf was going back at. Los and Surf was going back at.
That was part of it, just so you know. Right. Yeah, it was part of it. Surf mentioned views in that back and forth.
And that makes sense, right? That's probably why he said this, because it's like, dude, we arguing over views. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, last time I argued over that is is, you know, when I was in the Mediterranean, you know what I'm saying, in my villa kicking it. You know, it's not, my vision isn't the same as yours. If you're all about the views and making pennies, then go ahead and do that, bro. Go ahead and do that if that's what you're about. But my vision is different.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But when he mentioned specifically Spain in my villa, what he's saying is that shit is meaninless,
Yes.
right?
I'm
still
money.
eating, I'm still getting money. I'm in Spain
Yep.
in my villa. What are you talking about? You don't even understand how this works. You're getting pennies for your streams. Trying to talk to me, because Surf did mention that he got like 9 million views on that freestyle, which I believe he did, right? It's up there on I-95, 9 million. And then he said Los got about 1.8 on his most recent freestyle. So Los is like coming at him and minimize, dude, you're paying attention to views, man, and you don't even understand what time it is out here.
Right.
You don't know where the real money is. So I like that. Let's rewind that, man. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for the long pause there, but we just want to make sure that we try to do, somewhat do it justice on where he's going with
much,
this.
dude.
Yeah, damn.
Last time I argued over views, it was whether I could see the Mediterranean and Spain from my villa. My vision ain't the same as you niggas. If I was you, what I would do is just listen and get game. I mean, my name is a title, yours is a nickname. And I would never own my title just to sell it. I go with a nigga Apple for my spot if I can help it. So what the fuck is this look? Niggas talking crayon apps, but when it comes to these raps, they just show they true coloring book. What the fuck is this script with niggas bumping they lips? I ain't bubble gumping with shrimps. I ain't animated, but I wrote them cartoons. You suckers bumping your whips.
It's too much.
I'm giving out gifts.
It's like, it's too much.
Damn! Calm down!
He said them cartoons.
Yeah.
But cartoons.
Because Crayola,
but
you know what I'm saying?
animated, crayon, apps
Yeah,
on that
on
Clubhouse
apps.
app. He hit us with so many lines, and we trying to touch them all. Like, wait, but coloring book, like
Yeah,
we
it's
just,
just
it's just a
horrible.
lot to try to cover. You know what I'm saying? But to kind of start that back up, exactly. He said, you dudes talk crayon apps, but when it comes to these raps, they just show their true colors or color in book. But crayon, so it's a scheme about coloring and crayons, right? But you're talking crayon apps, crazy on apps, meaning Sue Surf was talking crazy to him on that Clubhouse app. But when it comes to these raps, y'all just show y'all true colors in book, meaning
You don't want the smoke.
you don't want it.
You don't want the
When he
smoke.
says book, that means, when you book it,
You gotta
get up out of there.
Gotta
You know
get
what I'm
up out of
saying?
there fast.
So you're showing your true
Because
colors.
booking is an old school term. That means you were flying.
You outta here.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, but back to it though, he said coloring book as well. So he brought it home and ended the scheme with saying coloring book, that you show your true color and book.
I ain't bubba gumping with shrimps. I'm not gonna argue with shrimps. I'm not gonna argue with little dudes. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna bump. We call that bumping gums when you arguing. You know,
Right.
he's all but I ain't bubba gumping with shrimps. It's just
That was slick.
It's slick as
And he started it by saying, "What the fuck is the script?"
Yeah.
So he could be, script to Forrest Gump. He's referencing the movie Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
And there's a character in Forrest Gump by the name of Bubba Gump, right? Right, Bubba Gump.
Yeah, that was the name of the restaurant in the movie. They
Yeah.
Bubba and Gumps, right? Bubba Gumps.
Bubba Gump.
And they sold shrimp shish
There we go.
kebab, shrimp this, shrimp that. It's just
Boil out shrimp,
Yeah,
boil out shrimp. But his name was Bubba. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't Bubba Gump. So he's talking. The script he's referencing is Forrest Gump. That's why he said. He added script in there, but then obviously the shrimp, the little dudes, that was fire.
Yep.
Then he said, I ain't animated, but I wrote them cartoons. You suckers bumping your whips. So I like that he said that because obviously the play on words is animated, and a cartoon is an animation.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is a lot of these songs y'all hear that y'all playing on the radio from some of y'all favorite artists that y'all think is dope. I'm the pin behind that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's saying I'm not animated. As in, he's referencing the play on words as the cartoon and cartoons, car songs. So
Yep.
that was slick, but I think that was a cool way, a very slick, clever way of saying I'm ghostwriting.
Yep.
And y'all rock it to the. I don't even know y'all rock it to a lot of shit that I'm behind. I don't know why I thought that this was gonna be like a 20-minute video.
Yeah, it's
you know
not.
what I'm saying? This gonna be about 45 to an hour, bro.
Jesus.
God damn. All right, let's get back to it. Crushing this though.
Niggas talking crayon apps, but when it comes to these raps, they just show they true coloring book. What the fuck is this script with niggas bumping they lips? I ain't bubba gumping with shrimps. I ain't animated, but I wrote them cartoons. You suckers bumping your whips. I'm giving out gift bags at the rapture. My 6-dimensional craft do zigzags through the blackness. This fast to the magic only spells you mix match for the master. Now tell me which craft did you capture? Cause I exist in dimensions niggas is rarely in. And I rap in a bracket niggas is barely in. Oh, he gon' reptilian these muddy waters. I don't know how you claiming you a foe and I'm the alien. Niggas
is
is
crazy,
foolish to
dude.
taunt the monster.
This is crazy,
I do
dude.
shock.
He said you a
Yeah, foe. and I'm the alien. You
but you a foe.
But you a foe.
You're enemy. Right. That was crazy.
And which line
did
did
he
you
say
cut?
reptilian muddy waters though? Rap till he's in. Yo, the shit is endless.
Yeah, it's so crazy, dude. Now, which line did you capture though? Because he was all in that rapture and zigzag through the blackness, and because he was on 6-dimensional craft to do zigzags through the blackness. I mean, it's just so, he's doing so much, and he said it, mismatched for the master.
Like witchcraft, he's got so many bags that he can get into, but witchcraft as well, because he started it by saying this fast and magic, witchcraft, right?
Witchcraft,
which is also a form of magic by witches, but witchcraft, what bag do you want me to get in? You want me to get in a multi-syllable bag? You want me to get in the conscious bag? Go back up, and he gives you all these sort of attributes, right? He's like alien-like attributes, right? Exactly. A zigzag through the blackness, this fast in the magic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he just ends it with the whole UFO, which is unidentified flying object. He's an alien. So that was crazy.
When you said witchcraft, man, I'm looking at it again. He said it only spells you mismatched for the master. It only spells. So another play on words, man.
Witchcraft, spells, you know what I'm saying? This fast and the magic. So crazy, man. Crazy. Non-stop. And I rap in a bracket you dudes is barely in, which is hard. But then he said, he gonna rap till he in these muddy waters. Reptilian, like, like a lizard, right? They exist in muddy water swamps. That's what he's saying. But I'm gonna rap until, and I guess by muddy waters, I mean maybe until he's in a grave. That's how I'm taking that line. But maybe I need to think about Muddy Waters, because I'm thinking of Red Man Muddy Waters. I'm thinking about the old blues singer Muddy Waters. So there may be something else in there that we're missing. But that was crazy, though. Let's get back to this.
It's just...
God damn.
Now tell me, which craft did you capture? Cause I exist in dimensions niggas is rarely in. And I rap in a bracket niggas is barely in. Oh, he gon' reptilian these muddy waters. I don't know how you claiming you a foe and I'm the alien. Niggas is foolish to taunt the monster. I do chakra alignment on short notice. I'm known to sit in the darkness and chant mantras while I'm doing my mudras in full lotus. This nigga losis, the lyrical psychosis, the spiritual process of ethereal osmosis. If it's my flow that's leaving you pussy sick, then it should be diagnosis, venereal prognosis. To experience my focus, you need Iron Man, cause I'm out of body and my material high voltage.
It's too much.
You bargaining with the one. You sure you wanna trade when you bartering with the gun? Here I am thinking niggas should thank me. Now I'm kirking on them, frankly. I'm just out here arguing with my son.
Yeah, he's killing it.
I really wish you would have held that.
I heard that though.
He didn't even get to the point. I think Ryan saw where he was going.
No, I heard it because he said Kirk Franklin. And I know.
Okay.
What else could he be talking about? Kirk Franklin ain't been relevant for fucking years until now over this argument with his son. So I knew he was going there.
You see out here Kirk and Franklin. Yeah, what did he say? If it's my flow that's leaving you pussy sick, then it should be diagnosed as venereal prognosis. It's crazy, right? That's a sick, that's a sick cat.
Yeah, venereal.
Sick cat is wild.
All right, ready?
Right? Okay, ready? I got it.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna come back and say, but you guys are the pussies, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Y'all soft, man. Y'all
it's crazy, man. And then what did he say about...
The line that you got up on.
Yeah, the Kirk Franklin line.
You saw the punch coming.
Yeah, he saw, now I'm kirking on him. Frankly, I'm just out here arguing with my son.
That was so crazy.
Kirking on him, frankly.
Franklin. So he's referencing Kirk Franklin, the gospel singer, who recently, I think, him and his son got into it.
He's a motherfucker, I wish you would.
Yeah, that.
Like, dang, that's a man of the cloth. That's a man of the cloth.
Man, ain't nobody perfect.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
But you would think if anybody, because the way he talks is so, like, control. He's like, me and my son had a argument, and, he actually decided to record that conversation, and, I love my son. And then this motherfucker go from that to, like, motherfucker, I wish you would.
Yeah, his son is crazy.
Like, damn.
It's strange like a motherfucker, boy. But he's arguing with his sons. Like, these rap dudes are his sons, is what he's saying. All right, man, let's just get back to it, man. This is a lot.
Of ethereal osmosis. If it's my flow that's leaving you pussy sick, then it should be diagnosis, venereal prognosis. To experience my focus, you need Iron Man, cause I'm out of body and my material high voltage. Yeah, you bargaining with the one. You sure you wanna trade when you bartering with the gun? Here I am thinking niggas should thank me. Now I'm kirking on them, frankly. I'm just out here arguing with my son. You ain't a legendary name, what am I to gain? How you
Still on
bitches
surf.
big-headed knowing I'm insane? This nigga think he wiggin', we can address it. But makeup, you on my heels, I'm bringing your mama pain. Niggas can't outfox me, I'm really the man. They be playing two roles like they really your fam. I let the fans see that real King's Tower and this nigga's uncool. I knew Junior was really a stand. Yeah, you been advised by the chief. Trying to box the guard, you minimizing your reach. You energized by the streets. If coming from my crown.
He's really a stand.
That was so crazy though. What? Play so let's talk about it. So let's talk about what just happened here. First of all, he's still on serve ass.
Yeah.
He's still on serve ass throughout this whole rap. But when he combined, because this is what's happening, he's combining the Martin show and the Jamie Foxx show and the characters in that show, and he mixed them together to create this crazy scheme.
These niggas think we wigging, but we can address it.
Address wig.
But we can address it though. If you want to get crazy, we can settle it right now.
Dudes can't outfox me. So, okay. And then, so going back, so in order to break that line down, I want to talk about when he said they be playing two roles like they really your fam. So like I said, when we first started, he's talking about the show Martin and the characters on Martin. And he's talking about the show, the Jamie Foxx show, and the characters on Jamie Foxx, right? So when he said, we bring in your mama pain, he's talking about Martin playing his own mama on his show. He would dress up and wear wigs, right? Put a dress on and wear wigs. Jamie Foxx also, I don't know if it could be potentially a Wanda from A Living Color.
That's true too.
Maybe that's what led him to using the scheme, because Jamie Foxx probably thought of Martin. Then Jamie Foxx wore a wig as Wanda on A Living Color.
Yeah.
But he said, you can't outfox me, Jamie Foxx.
Right.
Then he said, I'm really the man. They be playing two roles like they really a fam. I let the Fancy played on the show. Yeah. Jamie Foxx's love interest on the show, right? On the Jamie Foxx show. That the real King's Tower, so the King's Tower was the hotel that Jamie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That the hotel that they all worked in on the Jamie Foxx show. And this nigga's uncool. I knew Junior was really a stan. Uncle Jamie Foxx's uncle, uncool, I think is what he's saying.
Uncool, yeah.
Which was what was Jamie Foxx Junior? I think was Jamie Foxx's owner, uncle on the show.
Right.
That he owned the hotel.
Right.
But also that same dude, I think Gary something, played on the Martin show as Stan.
That's true.
So Fancy, the dude, the uncle dude, Jamie Foxx, but also referencing the guys playing multiple roles, right? Junior played Stan, you know, Martin played his Mama Payne and Martin. Crazy.
And also, right, I knew Junior was really a stan, meaning that you a follower, right? That's like the term that they call Eminem fans that go like super hard for Eminems. Or you a stan, you one of them dudes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And now it's just become like everyone. Anytime you anytime you nut gargle into an unhealthy degree, man, you're a stan, man. You know what I'm saying? But uncool, but uncool.
Right.
And you're really a stan, so
It's
you know.
crazy.
And he said Junior, meaning you're his son.
Yep.
But Junior as in Junior. Man, this shit ridiculous.
It's crazy, dude. It's too much.
How you bitches big-headed knowing I'm insane? This nigga think he wiggin', we can address it. But makeup, you on my heels, I'm bringing your mama pain. Niggas can't outfox me, I'm really the man. They be playing two roles like they really your fam. I let the fans see that real King's Tower and this nigga's uncool. I knew Junior was really a stan. Yeah, you been advised by the chief.
And I think, and I like, you know, and I want to make sure when he said King's Tower, the other play on that is he's the king. He's towering above everyone. I didn't say that.
Yep.
But I think that he said when you're on my heels as well. I could be wrong. He said more on my heels, but maybe he's saying if you on my heels, if you're trying to come at me, I'm gonna bring your mama pain, right? Take you off the earth and do something to you,
exactly.
make your mama cry.
Yeah.
I don't know. But God, it's just the more
It's
you
so
listen
much-
to it,
yeah,
you get more out of it.
How you bitches big-headed knowing I'm insane? This nigga think he wiggin', we can address it. But makeup, you on my heels, I'm bringing your mama pain. Niggas can't outfox me, I'm really the man. They be playing two
hold on.
You
I'm
wore my
sorry.
heels. Yeah, you wore my heels.
I'm sorry, but even after that, because I know we keep saying we just said that we keep catching things after, because he said you bitches big-headed. So I don't know if he's talking about Gina when he said big head. Remember he used to say, you know, they say she had a big head. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a Gina. Martin's girlfriend on the show, Martin. Her name was Gina, and a joke about her on the show, she had a big head. You bitches big-headed, meaning, and he's also saying when you have a big head, meaning you're gassed up.
Yeah.
You have,
Conceited.
you're conceited, you're snobbish, right? But, and then he said, I'm really the man, right? He said, you can't outfox me, I'm really the man.
Yep.
Bringing that scheme together. So I think he's saying, Martin was really a man in woman's clothing. Jamie Foxx if he was
Yeah.
referencing Wanda in there.
He's really a man.
really the man. But I'm really the man.
Right.
I'm the
I'm the one.
I'm the one.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's so crazy, dude.
Niggas can't outfox me, I'm really the man. They be playing two roles like they really your fam. I let the fans see that real King's Tower and this nigga's uncool. I knew Junior was really a stand. Yeah. You been advised by the chief, trying to box with God, you minimizing your reach. You energized by the streets. If coming for my crown give you a surge, then you end up identified by your teeth.
Jesus Christ.
You boys ain't nowhere near my professional range. It's disrespect, you just have to accept. You would have to astral project just to reach my celestial plane. He gon' lose, he ain't accessing the rest of his brain. I'm big dog and not barking, stop talking. Nobody compares Aston Martins to Doc Martin.
Yeah, I don't think I can access the rest of my brain after that. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, we ain't gonna make it. Shout out to King Los, man.
You say you try to box with the God.
You minimizing your reach. He said you energized by the streets.
Yeah.
So Surf is a street rapper. So he's still on Surf's ass.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep this gonna be a common theme by the time we get through this shit.
If you're coming for my crown, I give you a surge, then you end up being identified by your teeth. I electrocute your ass. You won't even be identifiable. I will destroy you so bad lyrically.
Killed it. But he's also referencing a crown, like on your teeth.
Yeah.
If you get crown surge, as in surgery, right? You know what I'm saying? So he's referencing a tooth crown, but also surgery for crown.
Right.
But you end up identified by your teeth, because that's how they identify people when they burn to a fucking
When you just
crisp.
done. When you
know
just
what I'm
done, they
saying?
can't even identify the body. The body is just charred.
But his crown as well, because he's the king, the crown. You know what I'm saying? So that was crazy. Shout out to the people who caught this one. When he said, he gonna lose, see? He ain't accessing the rest of his brain. So if you've ever seen the movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson, the whole idea behind that movie is Scarlett Johansson, she took a drug that allowed her to access 100% of her brain. Her name was Lucy.
Right.
Right? But he ain't accessing the rest of his brain, so he's gonna lose against this dude
And
who's
you
on a
gonna
different
lose.
celestial plane.
You're going to lose, see.
You're
gonna
lose. See?
Yeah.
Because he ain't accessing the rest of his brain. So he's referencing Lucy, her accessing her, the movie about her accessing her entire brain. But he's going to lose because he can't access, he's Lucy in this.
it's
Right?
crazy.
They can't access the level of intellect that he can access.
And I agree with that because I don't think I can either. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get back to it, man.
You would have to astral project just to reach my celestial plane. He gon' lose, he ain't accessing the rest of his brain. I'm big dog and not barking, stop talking. Nobody compares Aston Martins to Doc Martens. Stop tripping, you not dripping, you bullshitting. You not even a Scott Pippen, you more like Dennis Scott when his shot missing. I shoot movies and plot twist them. Your gray area's not wisdom. My rhythm and flow, the best shit for real. Every rapper know I be on some next shit with skill. I never been one to chase pussy, but you fucked if you think I make it up.
I'm trying not to stop.
I know. He said you're not even Scottie Pippen.
He said
you know
you
how-
Dennis Scott.
Yeah. When
With
he's
his shot
missing. When
missing.
he's missing.
But Dennis Scott can shoot though. That's why I'm glad you caught it at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
Because Dennis Scott can shoot, but when it's shot missing, meaning you're a role player. You know what I'm saying?
You're not even a number two though.
You're not number two.
You're not even number two. You know what I'm saying? Scottie Pippen probably the best number two player ever to play the game, right? And he's like, dude, you're not even Dennis Scott. You like Dennis Scott when his shot is missing, because he'll shoot you out the game, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But dude, it's just so much. I know I don't want this to be a long stop, but that's just like, golly. He's like, you're not even number two. You're not even number three. You might not even be a role player if you're not hitting. If your lines ain't hitting, you know what I'm saying? You may not even be a role player is the way I'm defining that line.
I'm a way above you.
Yeah.
You are a great way of saying Sue Surf, in his opinion, is not remotely on his level, man. And then he said, I shoot movies and plot twist them. Mm-hmm. And I even think when I'm thinking about his lyricism, when he says plot twist, there's so many twists and turns and metaphors and double triple entendres in here. That's how I look at his lyricism. You know what I'm saying? He's like, it's like a movie in his mind.
He's like, your gray area is not wisdom.
Your gray area is not wisdom. You know? So he's referencing like your brain as well. The gray area in your brain, which is what's responsible for like your
decision making,
your memories, decision making, and all that.
Right.
You have no wisdom, essentially. You know what I'm saying? brain power. Might be the best lyrical display.
Yeah, dude.
It's up there. It's up there. This is gonna be Hall of Fame for Las Vegas.
Yes,
bro.
it is.
Bullshitting, you're not even a Scott Pippen. You more like Dennis Scott when it's shot missing. I shoot movies and plot twist them. Your gray area's not wisdom. My rhythm and flow, the best shit for real. Every rapper know I be on some next shit with skill. I never been one to chase pussy, but you fucked if you think I make it all the way to Netflix and chill. Perform in other countries, living my dreams, then coming to America, flipping my cream, writing for empire while building an empire. No lying, similar stories, just two different Hakeems. I'm the best. I ain't here to debate none of you niggas. I only came here to bait one of you niggas. So how you feeling? Triggered or tricky? Doughboy or Ricky? Jody or Sweet Pea? Goofy or Mickey? Ja Rule or 50? I move how I move cause y'all rules don't fit me. Niggas about to feel the difference I'ma reveal. I spent a year and a half just getting out of my deal. Real fans stuck around cause they missed me out on the field. But the industry had a vision my inner God wouldn't feel. Now I'm back cause I mapped a different route I could kill. When you out the mud, you gotta get it out and for real. When it's time to pay for that shit that's slipping out of your grill, remember you ordered beef, don't be slipping out on the bill, nigga. For a beef.
Remember, you ordered the beef, don't be slipping out on the bill.
Let's play ball.
You destroyed niggas. Niggas won't do that.
Whatever.
I know you know.
Let me stop. Because you know that's an inside joke.
Hey, yo, let's clap it up, bro.
Yeah,
Come
you killed
on,
that
man.
shit, dude.
That
You
shit right there was
destroyed this
amazing.
shit, dude.
Los, that was
Man, I hope
amazing.
y'all really appreciate this, man. Shit.
We appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
'cause
Shout
I-
out to everybody that checks these videos out,
Dude.
man.
But I'm just saying, I hope they really appreciate. I didn't mean it. I mean that too, but I meant it when I
Oh,
said
yeah,
it.
oops.
Like I hope they appreciate what Los is doing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too. Hopefully y'all appreciate what we do too.
Yeah, exactly.
But yo, what this dude just did just now was actually like that was amazing. And I mean, and this is what we say, man. A lot of these when we talk about pushing boundaries and being great. The thing about Los, and Ryan, you've said this before, man, in life, man, and Ryan mentions this a lot. It's in reference to basketball. But you say you don't see a lot of guys in the NBA. You don't really see them practicing on getting better.
Yes.
Like even like later in their careers, they kind of tend to reach sort of a a certain level and they just kind of get lazy and get sort of complacent. Andrew Wiggins comes to mind.
At least you didn't do another Kyle Kuzma.
I gotta do that. Andrew Wiggins, talented cat, very athletic, but to me, I look at him and I'm like, I always get the feeling that he just never really realized his potential. He never really got in the lab and really focused on being great. And like,
I agree with
this
you.
dude, just to end it, this dude is what he just showcases. Like, even to this day, Los has been rapping probably since the 90s.
time, dude, yeah.
Probably. He probably didn't get on until like the 2000s, I think, in the 2000 range. But I'm sure Los has been rapping for a very long time, but you still get the feeling that he always works on mastering his craft constantly.
Yep. And I agree with that. I just want to piggyback on that for one second because I agree with that. But I also think, man, he's just on a different playing field. Because when he said that you guys are not on my celestial playing field, basically, he was like, you're not accessing all of your brain. And I really feel that way. I feel like he's on a different level. You know, like you look at certain people, and I do say that a lot in sports. You look at certain players. Or I always use Michael Jordan, but I'm going to use somebody that you guys haven't heard me say before, Tracy McGrady. When I used to watch Tracy McGrady play, he just seemed like it was a shoot-around. It just seemed like he was just on a different level from an offensive standpoint. It was just like, this is just light work for me. This is light work. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And that's kind of how I feel about him. Yes, he's getting better, but I feel like he's able to get that much better because he's playing on a different field.
Phenomenal.
He was all, which way do you want it? He's all, you want it triggered or tricky? Dope boy or Ricky? You know what I'm saying? Remember that from Men's Society? And
Jody and Sweet Pea.
Yeah, dude, he's like, which way do you want it? I can kill you in so many different ways.
I move how y'all move because y'all rules don't fit me. You know what I'm saying? This whole playing on to this whole, you guys have the mind of a slave. This whole, the underlying theme I think of this as well is people just sort of being on a lower frequency is the best way I can put it. I feel like he thinks a lot of guys are on a lower frequency in many different ways and how they think about business and what they think means something when you're talking about views and millions. And, you guys are playing a different game. You know what I mean? Y'all rules don't fit me. I move how I move because I have a deeper understanding of how this game works and what needs to be done in life. You know what I mean? So I thought that was crazy. But let's touch on a couple of lines here Because sometimes, man, we cut the cameras off and I get mad that we don't touch certain lines because we caught up in talking, which is important. But we want to get to these bars, though. He said, my rhythm and flow, the best shit for real. Every rapper I know be on some next shit with skill. I never been one to chase pussy, but you fucked. If you think I'm going to make it all the way to Netflix and chill.
That's crazy, dude.
First of all, that was crazy. So first of all, he's referencing Rhythm and Flow, the show Rhythm and Flow on Netflix that we talked about earlier, where he was a coach. I think they hired him to be a coach for rappers on that show.
Because they know that he's crazy skillful.
But look at the class that he was in, right? Yep. It was him, Lupe Fiasco.
Yep.
Lupe's an amazing juggernaut in his own right. Chance the Rapper, who's nice.
Yep.
And Twister was on that show as well, I believe. It may have been somebody else. But for the coaches, I think that those are the guys that they use. So all great rappers. He said, I've never been one to chase pussy, but you fucked if you think I would make it all the way to Netflix and chill. So the whole idea of Netflixing and chilling is you bring a girl over to your house, you watch Netflix, right? And then you smash. That's a way for you to smash.
You get it in.
That's a way for you to fuck and get pussy, right? Netflix and chill, right? But he's saying, I've never been one to chase. So he could be talking about, obviously, chasing pussy. I don't chase women.
Yep.
But he's also saying, like, maybe I'm not going to chase after you, Surf. You know what I'm saying? And also chase a check. You think that I'm going to make it all the way to Netflix, right? Netflix being Rhythm and Flow and chill? It doesn't stop there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on a completely different
trajectory,
right?
Grind is going to continue.
Yeah, exactly.
And then apparently it looks like he wrote for Empire, because I didn't know that. He said writing for Empire while building an empire.
Apparently,
right?
Empire being the show that was on Fox with Taraji P. Henson and Terrence Howard, the show Empire.
Right, which is dope. And then he said, before that, then coming into America, flipping my cream. Then he said writing for Empire, building an empire.
Which is hard.
Right, which is hard, right? No lying. Similar stories, just through two different Akeems. It's just a different story, right? I wasn't the prince of Zamunda and shit. That wasn't my story, but I'm still a king in my own right? King Los is just a different Hakeem, just a different story. You know what I'm saying?
But no lion. So
right.
What is the dude's name? Jamal Lyon or something like that? The Lyon family. Their name Lyon. And also, Jesse Smollett had the whole scandal about him lying, right?
Yep, that's true.
Well, I don't know where that ended up.
I don't know where that ended up either.
About potentially him lying about the MAGA dudes attacking him and shit. Yeah. So no lying, but no lying as in lying. So, I mean, in addition to what you just said, Ryan.
Yep, it's just so much.
Two different Hakeem. It's crazy. But writing for Empire while building an empire is hard.
Yep.
I'm writing for Empire while still
building my own empire.
Slowly build my own empire, which I think is dope. Then he said he spent 1.5 years getting out of his deal. So he's talking to you and telling you essentially why he's been on a bit of a hiatus and he hasn't been putting out a lot of music. Maybe that's explaining why some of his stuff isn't on streaming platforms. And then he's shouting his fans out, which I think is really dope. Real fans stuck around because they missed me out on the field. But when he said the industry had a vision my inner God wouldn't feel, I thought that was beautiful. And I don't know if he's referencing a Marvel character, Vision.
Vision, yeah.
Is he kind of like godlike? I don't know.
Maybe.
Because I'm not into the whole Marvel shit.
Well, he wasn't godlike when he died. But no, but I just love the line though myself in its own right. I mean, he might have a double entendre there, but I don't know if it has a double meaning. But I just like the line. We're just reading it straightforward, man. You know what I'm saying? But the industry had a vision my inner God wouldn't feel. You know what I'm saying? So even though the industry, maybe it's a certain way to get to the bag, right? To make the most money and be the most popular and do this. Yeah. But if it's going to be a contradiction of what he feels is right and what he feels is not
his integrity,
right, then he's not going to move that way. But I'm still going to make it my own way. I think that's beautiful.
Building his own empire.
I think that's beautiful. And it may be a double entendre there. I don't know. But I just think that's a beautiful line.
Great line.
And then he ended this shit with just one of the coldest lines, man. And I know, and it's cold to me because I just have, I've just been in this situation a lot of times in my personal life. But he says, when it's time to pay for that shit that's slipping out of your grill, remember you ordered the beef. Don't be slipping out on the bill, nigga. Don't be skipping out on the bill. You know what I'm saying?
That was so crazy.
Slipping out, skipping out. They got slipping out here, but both ways work, right? If you're gonna bring the animosity and the heat, and you want to really have this feud, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? When we start, you ordered the beef, right? So you started this shit. So when it comes to crunch time, when we're going back and forth, Don't be slipping out on the bill. Don't say, nah, I don't want the smoke. You know what I'm saying? But that's a cool play on words.
You realize that cost is kind of steep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Let me skip out on a bill. Let me get out. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with the price of that beef.
Your mouth is making a check that your ass can't cash.
So in other words, he's saying to Sue Surf, you talked all that shit, what I mean, about being better than me, man, and now it's time to show and prove.
Yep.
Show me that you can rap with me. Is what he's saying. Don't be skipping out on a bill, man. Don't pussy out now.
Yep.
So let's see what Sue has to offer. We will be available for that.
And George,
I mean, if Sue has something to say, let us know. He's already responded at this point.
And I think you're right, George. I think you said this at the beginning, that you think the scheme of this is pointed at Sue Surf. And I think this statement here kind of solidifies that. He said, I'm the best. I ain't here to debate with none of you niggas. He's I only came here to bait one of you niggas. I only came here for one person. So I think that's right. That's Sue Surf.
You go.
It seems like that's exactly who he's talking about. Like, okay, here's the bait. Is he going to take it, or is it just like, nah, I don't want the smoke? You know what I'm saying?
And listen, man, and I heard that, man. Maybe we should have put a clip or something. Maybe I'll put a clip of that clubhouse thing in the front of the video. Maybe not. But I did hear Sue Surf said specifically, like, I'm better than you. He said it. Wow. I rap better than you. You know what I'm saying? And then Los was like, oh, okay. So you prepared to back that up with a song. He essentially insinuated that. So here it is.
There we go.
So I would love to hear it. Surf is nice, though.
Surf is nice. Surf is nice.
So let me be clear. Just because we breaking it down and we talking about how nice Los is, don't think that we don't. Surf is nice. We've already broken down that I-95 freestyle, which you guys should check out. So Surf, I think, is a pretty formidable foe, but he's got his work cut out for him, though. This ain't gonna be no walk in the park with Los.
If you order the beef, don't be skipping out on the bill,
so
bro.
We're gonna see. Hopefully, that'll be nice. This dude put he's perfected his craft, man. He put a lot of time in the lab, a lot of years into being this good. And I just wish on a more mainstream level that this was appreciated more. Yeah. But we appreciate it, man.
Yes,
Shout out to everybody that tuned into this video. That's it. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you have subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Lost to Vegas.
We out.